Hello, I'm Jaylon Brooks.
And I'm Isabella Vanderlande. Coming up on GC360, it keeps spinning, but the pages won't display. Why are GC students having problems with the Wi-Fi?
A controversy between a famous YouTuber and a Milledgeville landlord. We'll tell you how locals are reacting.
BMP hosts yet another film festival. But what sets this one apart from the others?
All this and more coming up on GC360. Hello and welcome, Bob Katz. You're watching GC360, where news comes full circle. We begin this week right here on campus, where several students have been reporting various Wi-Fi issues throughout the semester. From laptops not being able to connect to the internet for class, to students sometimes having no Wi-Fi at all in the dorms. What's behind these problems? GC360's Gracie Howard when searching for answers.
At Georgia College and State University, students are busy. Tackling studying, homework, and preparing for midterms, they're almost constantly using their phones and laptops. However, one thing stands in the way of student productivity on campus, and that's GCSU's Wi-Fi. Recently, Georgia College's internet has been presenting a number of problems, with students struggling to connect and stay connected to the Wi-Fi. The service has been noticeably slow with many unloadable pages. One of the many students who has experienced this is political science major Caroline Fetz.
I have to reconnect every single time I open my laptop, which gets really annoying when you have 4 classes in a single day, and you're running around from A&S to Hurdy to Kilpatrick, back to A&S to the DIN. So that is just super inconvenient. And also when I'm in my dorm, it's kind of like a crapshoot as to whether or not it'll connect at all, which is not the most conducive to doing homework.
So, what's behind the slow service? Susan Kerr is Chief Information Officer at Georgia College.
One is most of our infrastructure was built several years ago when students were not using as much technology. So right now, it's very common for a student to have at least 3 or 4 different Wi-Fi enabled devices. You have your phone, you have maybe a laptop or an iPad or a Chromebook or a Samsung tablet, something like that. You've got maybe a watch that connects to the Wi-Fi. So you've got all of these different devices that are now trying to connect to an infrastructure that was really only made for maybe one thing to connect.
Kerr says in addition to students overloading the Wi-Fi with too many devices, there was a major bug in the software that's used by the Wi-Fi, which has slowed it down significantly. She says the university is now trying to fix this problem. GCSU also has other plans to increase Wi-Fi connectivity, and is already implementing some of them. On the first floor of the library, GC has installed a distributed antenna system, which significantly improves the ability of cellular devices to pick up a signal. Georgia College has also gotten their Wi-Fi vendor, Cisco, to look for issues that could potentially lower connectivity. According to Susan Kerr, there's also a third party investigating GC's infrastructure to see how the Wi-Fi could be improved. Although GCSU is steadily making changes, students are still reporting problems. Sophomore Emily Tipswood describes some of the personal struggles she's faced while trying to get connected.
Recently, within the past couple of weeks, in order to connect to the Wi-Fi, I've had to restart my laptop, even though it works, connecting to Wi-Fi where I live. And also, I have to use my hotspot a lot, just because the Wi-Fi doesn't work.
Although these problems are a common theme among students, they should be hoping for better connectivity within the next few months with Georgia College's plans for improvement. Reporting for GC360, this is Gracie Howard.
Next, we bring you a story about what appears to be a miscommunication between a famous YouTuber and a local landlord. This caused an uproar of nasty online reviews. Our reporter, Ava Cartes, has more on this story.
Angry calls and bad reviews are what Metropolis Cafe received on Valentine's Day after Florida YouTuber Jeff Gray posted a video titled "Banned from Public Sidewalk, Milledgeville, Georgia." The video recorded with a hidden camera shows Jeff Gray, a self-proclaimed First Amendment auditor, standing outside of Metropolis Cafe with a sign that reads, "God bless homeless veterans."
A First Amendment auditor is a person who goes out peacefully and politely exercises their civil rights, conducts an investigation to see whether the local government and local police departments are going to respect our civil rights.
Despite his intentions, things escalated after Metropolis building owner David Simmons asked the police to escort Gray for disturbing businesses. In an interview for Baldwin 2K, Simmons explained that he had assumed that Gray was asking for money and his only intention was to look out for business owners on the street. After the video gained popularity, Metropolis Cafe received a wave of negative reviews and comments on Facebook and Yelp.com, which led the restaurant to release a statement on the matter. However, Jeff Gray's followers did not seem to like the response. After a hard week, things finally got better for Metropolis as the public awaits to hear more about their future relocation plans. Reporting for GC360, I'm Ava Cartes.
If you're a regular visitor to the Wellness and Recreation Center, you'll notice a difference. The WRC splurged on some new gym equipment recently and hosted a Y2K themed reveal party. Of course, I was there for the big reveal.
3, 2, 1.
The Wellness and Recreation Center's makeover is finally complete. And to celebrate, center staff threw a launch party complete with refreshments, equipment demos, and a prize raffle.
We were very pleased with the turnout. We thought it went very well. I think it says a lot that our president sees how engaged students are with wellness and recreation and their personal. 3, 2, 1.
The Wellness and Recreation Center's makeover is finally complete. And to celebrate, center staff threw a launch party complete with refreshments, equipment demos, and a prize raffle.
We were very pleased with the turnout. We thought it went very well. I think it says a lot that our president sees how engaged students are with wellness and recreation and their personal fitness and how important this purchase was to help them maintain that. And to celebrate, such a large gift really to students.
These upgrades couldn't have come any sooner, as the center hasn't had any new additions in 12 years, but remains increasingly popular with the student body, seeing more than 53,000 check-ins during fall semester alone. With this purchase came a whole host of new equipment, including a pick fly machine, 2 glute trainers, a hack squat machine, and much more. WRC also took the liberty of replacing all of their pin select machines, treadmills, ellipticals, upright bikes, and the rowers.
I'm glad we could officially cut the ribbon. I think our students have been using this equipment for a little bit now as we've been getting it installed and in place, but it was a long process to choose the right equipment, the right vendor. It cost hundreds of thousands of dollars to do this. But I'm glad we were able to find the funds and provide a really nice upgrade for our students.
WRC continues to go above and beyond for student fitness. There's a second significant order of new equipment planned for August. The center will soon unveil its new Exercise is Medicine program as well, which aims to work one-on-one with students, teaching them how to easily fit more physical activity into their day. This is Jaylon Brooks reporting for GC360.
We apologize for the technical difficulties, and I'm sure that was a lot of fun for you, Jaylon. Coming up after the break, how's GC's undergraduate research program coming along? And what have they been up to?
The theater department put on another musical.
Along with an interview from one of their members. All this and more when we return.
Hey, there's my favorite news anchor. Oh, what do you want? like 10 seconds. Can you just read this announcement for me?
Okay, 10 seconds.
Okay.
This semester, GC360 is introducing a new show, Cat Talk. We will showcase a new guest each month and deep dive into some topical issues of concern to you. You may also see some of our guests play some silly games while they're here with us. You won't want to miss this from GC360. This is Isabella Vanderlende. So join me each month for Cat Talk right here on GC360.
Hi, my name is Susie Parker. I'm a student docent over here at Andalusia Farms. Andalusia served as the home of the famed American author Flannery O'Connor from 1951 until 1964 of her passing at 39 years old. It was here that Flannery famously wrote and had all 32 of her short stories published. After her passing in 1964, though, the property was eventually entrusted with Georgia College and State University. It is now our proudest achievement to say that we are the nation's newest National Historic Landmark. And on top of that, on March 25th of 2023, we intend to open up our interpretive center and then ultimately return the entirety of the home back to how the O'Connors had it when they were here. There's a ton of stuff that college students can come and enjoy, especially as a Georgia College student. Not only are tours free, but the entirety of the property is free to roam. This is including the front porch, in which we actually leave unlocked for people to come up, have a seat in the rocking chairs, and maybe do like a study session. But even more so than that, we have a nature trail down by the pond, which is about 2 miles long. It is very, very beautiful. And we also have Astor and Mrs. Shortley, our peacock and peahen, who are pretty fun to visit as well. Another really fun thing that a lot of people like to come to Andalusia for is for photography, not only of, photography of the forestry and things like that, but we've had several weddings out here that have had their photos done. But on top of that, this is a wonderful and beautiful place for Georgia College seniors to come and have some of their portraits done. And it's very fitting that it's here on site with Georgia College.
Welcome back. You're watching GC360, where news comes full circle. Bobcat Media Productions hosted the 4th Annual Film Festival this past Friday. It brought together high school and college students from across Georgia. GC360's Cannon Sauso was there.
Students from all over Georgia gathered recently at Georgia College for Bobcat Media Productions' 4th Annual Film Festival. President of BMP, Chris Walters, tells us more.
The Bobcat Film Festival is a filmmaking competition open up to high school and college students all around the state of Georgia.
Students submit their films to be judged by the BMP Exec Board and professionals in the industry. The number of participants has increased over the years. There are more than 30 film submissions this year.
The purpose of the Bobcat Film Festival is to give these future digital media creators and filmmakers an opportunity to showcase their work in a place that they've never been able to beforehand. It actually gets them a chance to network and meet other filmmakers, but on top, it's mainly to just have fun and come together. Because, ultimately, networking is the most important thing in this field.
The guest speaker for this year's event was Tamlin Hall, a professional writer and producer in the film industry who's won the Humanitas Prize for Writing and a Southeast Emmy Award for producing. This year, they saw the highest turnout since having to go virtual due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Reporting for GC360, I'm Cannon Sousa.
Georgia College and State University holds its first annual Research Day later this month. Research projects from undergraduate and graduate students will be on display on that day. Our Gracie Howard tells us what this is all about.
Georgia College and State University offers its students many leadership experiences and opportunities, with one of the most prevalent among them being the undergraduate and graduate research program. Georgia College will hold its first annual Research Day on March 29th. This event will feature over 40 undergraduate and 5 graduate student research projects. Stephanie Sebchik, faculty director for Mentored Undergraduate Research, gave an overview of what GC Research Day is all about.
So Research Day is a new endeavor that we're undertaking this year. Every year we've had a student research conference, so it would be undergraduates presenting their posters and oral presentations. This year we are doing something called Research Day, so it's the undergraduates, graduate students, faculty. There's going to be a wellness picnic. So we're thinking about ways that research and wellness also need to kind of achieve a balance.
They will also hold competitions at Research Day, such as poster contests, 3-minute theses, and entrepreneur competitions for students. Any GC student, even freshmen, can conduct undergraduate research, which oftentimes starts by reaching out to a professor in your discipline. Alexandra Fernie, a biology and Spanish double major, discussed how she got into undergraduate research at Georgia College.
I had a professor tell me that I should go into research, and that was pretty much what prompted me to actually seek someone out. And then my current mentor was looking for students to do research with, and I told him I was interested, and then we coordinated after that.
Alexandra's study will be featured at the upcoming Research Day. Her work is on RNA's structure and function and focuses on the specific roles of eukaryotic cells. Georgia College faculty, staff, and students alike look forward to Research Day and hope that the event will inspire more students to conduct research for years to come. Reporting for GC360, this is Gracie Howard.
It's time now for a look at sports, and Hayden Flynn is here with that. Hayden, tell us what's happening in the world of sports.
Thanks, Bella. Spring is approaching quickly, and the GC basketball season has officially wrapped up. The men's team ended their season last Saturday, February 25th, with a loss on the road to Columbus State, 67-65. In Ryan Aquino's first year as head coach, the team finished with a record of 9-18 and 9th in the Peach Belt Conference. They came up just short of making the Peach Belt Conference tournament. The Lady Bobcats played in the first round of the PBC tournament Wednesday. The women's team finished with a regular season record of 15-13 and entered the PBC tournament as the 8th seed. Their season came to an end as they fell short to Georgia Southwestern 67-55. Both teams now enter the offseason and begin preparing for the next year. Now let's shift our focus to spring sports. Baseball is off to a slow start, starting the year 3-9. They had a rough game yesterday versus West Georgia, losing 14-1. The Bobcats now travel to Young Harris College this weekend for a 3-game conference series against the 25th ranked Mountain Lions. The baseball team now enters the key part of the season to turn their season around and turn their record around. And that's all for sports this week. We'll be right back.
Hi, my name is Susie Parker. I'm a student docent over here at Andalusia Farms. Andalusia served as the home of the famed American author Flannery O'Connor from 1951 until 1964 of her passing at 39 years old. It was here that Flannery famously wrote and had all 32 of her short stories published. After her passing in 1964, though, the property was eventually entrusted with Georgia College and State University. It is now our proudest achievement to say that we are the nation's newest National Historic Landmark. And on top of that, on March 25th of 2023, we intend to open up our interpretive center and then ultimately return the entirety of the home back to how the O'Connors had it when they were here. There's a ton of stuff that college students can come and enjoy, especially as a Georgia College student. Not only are tours free, but the entirety of the property is free to roam. This is including the front porch, in which we actually leave unlocked for people to come up, have a seat in the rocking chairs, and maybe do like a study session. But even more so than that, we have a nature trail down by the pond, which is about 2 miles long. It is very, very beautiful. And we also have Astor and Mrs. Shortley, our peacock and peahen, who are pretty fun to visit as well. Another really fun thing that a lot of people like to come to Andalusia for is for photography, not only of, photography of the forestry and things like that, but we've had several weddings out here that have had their photos done. But on top of that, this is a wonderful and beautiful place for Georgia College seniors to come and have some of their portraits done. And it's very fitting that it's here on site with Georgia College.
Hey, that's my favorite news anchor. What do you want? Like 10 seconds. Can you just read this announcement for me? Okay, 10 seconds. Okay.
This semester, GC360 is introducing a new show, Cat Talk. We will showcase a new guest each month and deep dive into some topical issues of concern to you. You may also see some of our guests play some silly games while they're here with us. You won't want to miss this from GC360. This is Isabella Vanderlende. So join me each month for Cat Talk right here on GC360. Welcome back. The Georgia College Theater Department truly explored their beat through this semester's musical. But what does that mean exactly? And why do so many people find themselves head over heels for this performance? GC360's Ava Cartes has these answers and more.
Russell Auditorium was filled with great music and amazing queer performances after Georgia College's Department of Theater and Dance presented the musical Head Over Heels, an exuberant celebration of love with some of the best hits from the Go-Go's. But what is Head Over Heels all about? Jonathan Doss, who plays the King of Arcadia Basilius, explains.
I would say the play is a lot about gender expression. Basically what happens is the Kingdom of Arcadia has its own beats, in a sense, where everyone does their own thing. It's their way of life. It's almost like a heartbeat, and Arcadia lives by their beat, quote unquote.
Colorful scenography accompanied more than a couple of the queer performances, among them Mopsa, who was played by the theater senior Jaylon Lawrence, told us more.
I knew going into the show that there was a possibility that I could be playing a role that was queer, but I just embraced it, tried to give it as much justice as I possibly could, because a lot of people in my circle and people like around me are, and I just wanted to shine light on them and things that they go through, and hopefully that showed.
After extensive 2 months of rehearsals and boot camp, the Head Over Heels cast and crew members reaped the awards they deserved for their hard work. Reporting for GC360, I'm Ava Cartes.
Today on GC360, we have a rather magical guest. Those who saw the musical will know him as the Oracle Pythio. But today in the studio, he's Caleb Rogers. How are you, Caleb?
I am doing so well. How about yourself?
I'm great. You look perfect today.
Thank you, as do you.
Can you tell me a little bit, what was your favorite costume of the show? I noticed that you wore a variety of different costumes. Tell me more about it.
I think my favorite one out of all the ones I have is definitely my snake one in the beginning.
Oh,
I have this giant snake, just like Britney Spears herself, all along my arms. I called her Bertha. She was my favorite one, and I always felt the most beautiful in that costume, but I still loved all my other ones. I was dressed up as an owl, beautiful sparkly owl, and then I had my regular little black jumpsuit moment. But out of all the three, that was definitely my favorite.
I love that one. I'm so happy that's your favorite because it was my favorite too.
That green, all the sequins, everything.
No, it was awesome. It was amazing. So I have a question.
I have an answer.
Could you read my future?
Give me your hand. Do you moisturize? Oh my God, this is great.
Thank you for noticing.
Okay. So you see this little line right here? We're gonna read this. Okay, so this is telling me that you got a secret admirer, okay? And then one day, they're gonna reveal themselves and you're gonna have the most beautiful love ever known to mankind. I can just tell all of that.
Just from one line.
It's not just the character.
Can you imagine? So tell me, how has your time performing at Georgia College been?
So incredible. This is my first ever performance here at GCSU.
Oh,
and
wow.
I gotta say, it was one for the books. Definitely one of the most professional and one of the most, I don't know, our cast was just one of the most talented casts I've ever had the pleasure of working with in my many other shows I've been in. But.
Oh, that's amazing. Can you tell me a little bit more how the rehearsal process has been? I heard that you guys had like 2 months to prepare.
Yeah, we started beginning of January. We came back just a couple days before everyone else did before the semester.
Oh, wow.
And since then, we had rehearsals pretty much every day. 1 week, I had to go in 7 days So we had rehearsals Monday through Friday, then we had a couple ones on Saturday and Sunday. So they were rigorous, but they definitely helped us for sure. And I mean, you saw the show. You saw how amazing it was and how talented everyone was too. So
Yeah.
it definitely paid off for sure.
Yeah, it definitely did. I even know some people that went for every single
Oh my
show.
gosh, wow.
Yeah.
We love support.
Yeah, it's great. It's great to see the enormous job that you guys did. It's awesome. I really loved it. So
Good, I'm so glad.
I mean, I'm so happy that you did that.
Yeah, thank you. So I'm really happy too. I didn't think I was going to be able to because I'm a bio and Spanish major, and I don't have a lot of time for theater. But I did this semester, and it's been amazing so far.
Can you tell me a little bit, how was to portray gender expression in the musical for you?
It was definitely interesting. I identify as non-binary. I use he/they pronouns, so getting to be a character like that, it was really amazing, and it did a really fun take on this show as well.
It was so nice having you.
Thank you so much for having me.
Much for coming. We really appreciate it. Well, thank you very much for joining us. Jaylon, we're back to you.
Thanks, Ava. Now it's time to take a look at entertainment for this week. For that, let's go over to our girl, Danie.
Thanks, guys. Selena Gomez has been a hot topic this week. This after a video of Hailey, Selena's ex Justin Bieber's wife, making fun of Selena's wig game and eyebrows made rounds on TikTok. But Selena, apparently, has been following her own advice from the song Kill Them With Kindness, because she said nothing about the video. While all this is going on, Selena continues to be one of the most followed people on Instagram with 390 million followers. So, what would Hailey have to say about that? Perhaps we'll find out soon. Next, let's talk about the Screen Actors Guild Awards, or SAG. The ceremony held this past Sunday with veteran actress Sally Field received the Lifetime Achievement Award. This is given to someone who has made a creative impact on the acting profession during her lifetime. And Sally Field has certainly done just that. A TV show based on a video game is taking the world by storm. The Last of Us is an HBO original based on a video game from 2013. Fans all over the world have been waiting every Sunday for new episodes to come out. There are only 2 more episodes left in the season. So go ahead and start binge watching. That's all for this week. Back to you guys.
Thanks for that, Danie. It's time now to check out the weather before we go. Nick Wimbish is with that. Nick?
Good afternoon, Bobcats. I'm Nicholas Wimbish, and welcome to your weather forecast. Grab your raincoats and umbrellas just in case, as we are expecting scattered thunderstorms today. It's been quite a warm day with temperatures reaching a high of 80 and a low of 64. We've had winds between 5 to 10 miles per hour all day, but they are expected to calm down this evening. Showers will continue on during the night before turning into cloudy skies. Friday, we will start off cloudy with a high of 79 and a low of 53. Unfortunately, the scattered thunderstorms will come back later on in the day. Winds will be especially strong on Friday, reaching 10 to 20 miles per hour. There will only be clouds in the sky by the evening, but winds will be at 10 to 15 miles per hour. However, the weather will change soon for Saturday and Sunday. Saturday will be mostly sunny with 5 to 10 mile per hour winds. Temperatures will reach 74 degrees and cool down to 47 in the evening. The sunshine won't end Saturday. Sunday will be especially sunny with a high of 73. Once again, it will cool off in the evening with a low of 45. Next week, expect mostly cloudy skies and scattered showers. That's all for this week. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Nick. That's all for GC360 this week. I'm Jaylon Brooks.
And I'm Isabella Vanderlande. When we're not on the air, we keep you up to date with us on our social media. That's at GC360 News on Facebook and Instagram, and at bobcatmultimedia.com/GC360. This has been GC360, where news comes full circle.